Hey everybody, brain first, body follows. That is the fact of life. You cannot argue with your brain. Your brain decides what it needs to work on. It prioritizes, and it may not be the way you want it to happen, but you cannot argue with your brain. You cannot fight with your nervous system because it's going to overrule you. And if it needs to go into fight or flight, in order to protect your life and save your life, it's going to go into fight or flight to protect your life and save your life. And if you're in fight or flight too long to protect your life and save your life, and you don't have enough time for rebuilding, now you're going through life with unfinished healing, weakened tissues that can't withstand everything you want to accomplish and withstand the future event, the future injury. So when somebody says, I hurt myself and I'm coming in for a chiropractic adjustment, it's not what happened now. It's what happened yesterday and a month ago and 6 months ago. We've got to take all that into consideration. How well you heal today depends on what you did yesterday. And if you didn't do much yesterday, we got a lot of work ahead of us. So brain first, body follows. But while you are concerned about that back pain, that knee pain, that leg pain, that shoulder pain, while you're concentrating on body first and ignoring the brain, I want you to read this book, The Deflame Diet to Stop Your Joints, Muscles, and Bones from Rotting. This is going to tell you why you're falling apart. And if you think your knee is bone on bone, or you've got stenosis in your spine, that's an elementary school way of looking at it. Yes, it is. And I've had to reverse my thinking. I've had to even discard some of the things I learned in college. This is an easy to read book. It's written in it's in lay language, but some big words, because you deserve to know the big words. This is going to explain why your joints and muscles and soft tissues aren't working the way you want them to work. There is a brain connection here. This is based on diet, and your diet can actually put you in a fight or flight state. And if your diet is constantly harmful, your brain has to go into survival mode. Now, let's add more fuel to the fire here. If you're in fight or flight a lot because your diet is wrong, you're already depriving yourself of nutrients, so now that's a double whammy. You've got inflammation, your body's in fight or flight, and you cannot heal and rebuild. What is happening? This book is going to explain it all. If I can't take the time to explain it to you, here is the book. Your joints and muscles and soft tissues are rotting because of your dietary choices. And that will put you in a state of fight or flight because your body's looking for the nutrients. And when it's screaming, I'm inflamed, my pancreas is going crazy, my pancreas doesn't like this, my blood flow is full of inflammatory chemicals, you're in fight or flight. The immune system is going to kick in. So fight or flight equals immune system. Now the immune system is kind of complicated. There really isn't a system, but we learned it that way. But every cell has its own defense mechanism. And that's what's happening. Every cell is trying to save itself. It's in survival mode. And when it's in survival mode, it's going to get exhausted if it's constantly going. If your body never gets a rest and reprieve, stop your joints, muscles, and bones from rotting. David R. Seaman. He also wrote the Deflame Diet. This one is similar, but I like the way he approaches it because people need to understand they are rotting. And the one part that really blew me away was if you've got a lot of fat cells and they're increasing in size, they're actually cutting off blood flow. And then you have cell death. And when you have cell death, they're going to rot. Cell rot. And that is poisoning your system. Not to mention affecting your blood circulation. It's a hideous mess. You can undo it. You can undo it. And you can get under chiropractic care so you can move better, think better, because brain first, body follows. Calm down that fight or flight response so you can think clearly. If you disengage the prefrontal cortex because you're in fight or flight too much, you don't even have blood flow to the prefrontal cortex. You can't even make a decent decision. You can't weigh the pros and cons and come to the proper way to solve a problem because you're in too much fight or flight. And here's the funny thing. If you're in fight or flight a lot, your pain level actually goes down because it has to dampen pain in order to get you out of danger. So don't be fooled. If you're out of pain, it's because you're still in fight or flight. And if you're taking a medication that puts you in the state of fight or flight, your pain's gone, but you're still exhausting your body. You're still causing the damage that you need to pay back. And I'm back. Sorry about talking fast. I was trying to get it all in, and sometimes I get carried away. I just had somebody to adjust, and I paused it. I'm back now, but I think I'm going to end the video. I've said enough. I want you to go visit the blog, and when you're ready for some Brain First Boot Camp coaching and you're tired of kicking tires, you're ready to get in the car and drive, call me up. Let's talk. Have yourself a great day. Look for the next video.